Have you ever noticed that a lot of baby arrival stories seem to start in the middle of the night? You hear about a frantic 2 a.m. rush to the hospital or a baby being born just as the sun is coming up. If you've ever wondered if there's a pattern to that, you're absolutely right. It's not just a coincidence. Scientists and midwives have known for ages that there's a definite spike in births during the night and early morning hours. So what's going on? Is there some kind of secret baby schedule we don't know about? Well, it's all down to our incredible biology and a little bit of ancient history. Let's dive into the fascinating reasons why so many of us make our grand entrance into the world under the cover of darkness. The first and probably biggest reason is a beautiful hormonal dance that happens inside a mother's body. The two main dancers are melatonin and oxytocin. You've probably heard of melatonin. It's often called the hormone of darkness. Our brains produce it when it gets dark to help us feel sleepy and regulate our sleep-wake cycle. But melatonin has another very important job. It works as a team with oxytocin. Oxytocin is the famous love hormone, or cuddle hormone. But during childbirth, it's the superstar that gets the whole show on the road. Oxytocin is what causes the uterus to contract. Without it, labor just wouldn't happen. What's fascinating is that our oxytocin levels naturally tend to peak at night. Now, here's where the magic happens. When melatonin levels rise at night, it doesn't just make the mother sleepy. It also makes the uterus extra sensitive to the effects of oxytocin. Think of it like this. Oxytocin is the engine of labor, and melatonin is the turbo booster. When they both peak at night, they create a powerful combination. The contractions become stronger, more regular, and more efficient at helping labor progress. This powerful synergy is the body's natural way of saying, okay, it's nighttime, it's quiet, let's get this baby born. But why would our bodies be designed this way? For that answer, we need to travel way back in time to our prehistoric ancestors. Imagine being a human thousands of years ago, living out in the open or in a small, close-knit community. During the day, the world was a busy and often dangerous place. There were predators to watch out for, food to gather, and a lot of movement and activity. Giving birth during the day would have made both the mother and the newborn incredibly vulnerable. Night, however, was a different story. In the darkness, the community would gather together, huddled around a fire for warmth and protection. It was a time of relative quiet and safety. Most predators were either asleep or less active, and the group was together, offering a protective shield. For an ancestor in labor, nighttime provided a calmer, safer, and more private environment to go through the intense process of childbirth. The mother could focus without distractions, and once the baby was born, they had a quiet window to bond and initiate breastfeeding before the hustle and bustle of a new day began. This evolutionary advantage, this instinct for nighttime safety, is still wired into our DNA today. Even though we now have safe hospitals with bright lights, our bodies are still running on that ancient primal software. This brings us to our next point, the state of our nervous system. Our bodies have two main modes, the fight or flight mode, which is run by the sympathetic nervous system, and the rest and digest mode, run by the parasympathetic nervous system. During the day, we're usually in that fight or flight state. We're alert, we're problem-solving, we're rushing around. This state is fueled by stress hormones like adrenaline. And here's the crucial part. Adrenaline is the arch-nemesis of oxytocin. It can actually slow down or even stop labor contractions. This makes sense from a survival standpoint. If our ancestors sensed danger, their bodies would pause labor to allow them to flee to safety. At night, however, our bodies naturally switch over to that calm, relaxed, rest and digest state. The parasympathetic nervous system takes over. Our heart rate slows, our breathing deepens, and those stress hormone levels drop. This calm, low-stress environment is the perfect breeding ground for labor to begin and progress smoothly. Without adrenaline getting in the way, oxytocin can work its magic uninterrupted. This is why a pregnant person might feel little twinges all day, but as soon as they lie down to rest in the evening, the contractions suddenly kick into high gear and become consistent. The body is simply waiting for that green light, that signal that it's safe and calm enough to proceed. Finally, let's consider the simple factor of reduced external stress and activity. The daytime is filled with demands. There's work, errands, other children to care for, and just the general mental load of being a person in the modern world. All of this activity and mental stimulation can keep the body in a state of high alert, which, as we've learned, can suppress the onset of labor. Nighttime, on the other hand, is a period of surrender. We turn off the lights, put away our phones, or we try to, and let our bodies rest. This physical and mental quiet allows the subtle early signs of labor to emerge and strengthen without being overshadowed by daytime distractions. It gives the body the space it needs to listen to its own internal cues and let the process of birth unfold naturally. It is almost as if the body has been waiting all day for a moment of peace to finally get down to business. So, when you put it all together, it's a perfect storm for childbirth. You have the hormonal power duo of melatonin and oxytocin peaking at night, making contractions more effective. You have an ancient evolutionary instinct that tells our bodies that nighttime is the safest time to give birth. You have the shift in our nervous system to a relaxed parasympathetic state that allows labor to flourish. And you have the simple absence of daytime stress and activity, creating the perfect, quiet conditions for one of life's most incredible events. So the next time you hear a story about a baby being born at 3 a.m., you can nod knowingly. It's not just a random occurrence. It's a beautifully orchestrated biological event, fine-tuned by millions of years of evolution to give mothers and babies the best possible start. It is a powerful reminder of how deeply connected we are to the natural rhythms of the earth and to the wisdom of our own bodies. Thank you so much for watching and exploring this amazing topic with me. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content about the wonders of the human body. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you in the next video.